Hey, what's up? I'm X, and welcome back to the 4 Idiots series, the series where I show you how to do RuneScape content as quickly as possible. Today we're going to be covering the Tempor Barracuda Trials. And for those of you who do not know what the Barracuda Trials are a time trial minigame where you have to clear laps with your boat as quickly as possible. They're very good XP drops, and the earliest you can do this is at level 30. You're going to want a skiff boat as equipped as you can possibly make it. The objective is simple, but the paths aren't. The objective is to pick up all of the crates scattered along the map and deliver as many rums as necessary for your trial. You can also see this information in the top left when you start a trial. There are 3 different ranks: Swordfish, Shark, and Marlin, each getting progressively more difficult and adding significant amount of times for completion and crates to collect. I'd like to mention now that I'm going to include in the description an unedited video of me completing all 3 ranks. Feel free to follow them along at your leisure. I do make mistakes and you can too. Once you get into the swing of things, the paths are pretty obvious, but when you're just starting out, I can see why everything is overwhelming. Before I ever give a real attempt, I like to turn on the rank I'd like to go for and slowly navigate it and mark each crate along the way to see them a little bit easier. Then after I've marked everything, I have a clear path in mind of what I'd like to do, so I try the real thing. Your best friends in this minigame are the rapids that are beneath you. They will provide you speed bonuses, and the only hazards you have to look out for are the lightning clouds that do a little bit of damage to your boat and slow you down, and just flat out crashing into rocks, which is something that will slow you down also. In addition to the crates that I previously mentioned, you do need to deliver rum. You can left click the ship here and one of the crewmates will throw rum at your boat. You do not have to be very close, but just close enough. This is on the complete opposite side of where you've begun, so it basically serves as a checkpoint. You can kind of think of it as many rums as you need to deliver is as many laps as you need to do. Now let's talk through the first cup together. After starting the race, I immediately run towards my closest rapids. You're going to want to hit as many of these as possible in your path. Getting the sailing plugin will also highlight these and make it a little easier to run through them. I've already mentioned that I went through prior and marked all these crates. Unfortunately, you do have to mark them manually, but I do find that it gives you a better idea of where they are. If you get hit by a lightning cloud or just aren't going as fast as you'd like, you can also right-click the arrow in the top left and quickly reset. There will be a lot of times that you realize a run is just a dead run. You basically play in this kind of Pac-Man formation looking for these crates, but you don't always have to be right on top of them. Just being within a couple tiles seems to work fine. Here I'm navigating the rocks and keeping a gentle eye on the thunderclouds, but they're not the biggest thing in the world. Also keep a tight eye on when you need to trim your sails for that extra speed boost, as sometimes it's necessary for completing these time trials. Here I left click this rum boat and they tossed me a rum, and I continue back on my course picking up my Pac-Man pellets, and after making a full lap I check in with the boat that I started on, and that's the rank. Everyone skips the beginning of the video, so this is my time to remind you to please like, comment, and subscribe, and if you just want to give me a little kiss on my forehead, that's appreciated too. Again, I'm still going to have an unlisted video in the description showing you the whole thing, so please follow those along, but here are your rough paths that you're going to want to do. For the standard swordfish rank, you're going to want to do something like this. For the shark rank, you'll want to do something like this. And for the Marlin, you'll want to do this. When you're just starting out, please accept the fact that you're not going to get this your first try, and you need to use your first couple runs as practice. If you can't remember those paths exactly, just try to remember that you're going to want to start in the middlemost center one and work your way out. Completing these trials faster than the time stated on each of them will give you a bonus item and XP, but every subsequent completion you can kind of do whatever you want and get the same static XP. I hope that this video was helpful. I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.